Hello again and welcome to this month's health blog. This month and next month I'm looking at a subject called beating depression. Now depression is a really nasty, negative or deadly emotion. We all of us go through times of discouragement, missing out on a job, a child leaving home, bills piling up. All sorts of circumstances of life can cause us to be discouraged. The world calls it the blues, but the blues is not depression. We can be discouraged, but don't make the choice, and it is a choice, don't make the choice to spiral down into depression. Depression has got various symptoms. They're warning signs. And here's a list of 10 that I've noted down for you to check yourself out. Don't go there. Number 1, a sad, unhappy mood, feeling weepy, wanting to cry for no apparent reason. Number 2, not wanting to eat, a significant change in appetite. Number 3, a feeling that nothing is fun anymore. Jokes that used to make you laugh, or hobbies that you used to like to do. No more interest, no more fun. Number 4, sleeping problems, insomnia, or sleeping in the day when it's time to be up and about. You just want to sleep. Number 5, drained of energy. The normal energy that usually comes into your body each day just isn't there. Number 6, difficulty in concentrating, remembering names and dates and phone numbers. You miss birthdays and anniversaries, and that gets you in a whole pile of trouble. Number 7, moving more slowly. You used to run around, get things done, but now everything's done at a slow pace. Number 8, easily upset, quickly irritated, being touchy at the least thing. Number 9, pessimistic, living under a cloud of gloom and thinking that the future is bleak. And number 10, thoughts of suicide. I just don't want to live anymore, you may think, and suicide would be the answer. Now these things, and especially being preoccupied with death as the answer, these are signs of depression, warning signs. Now stress causes depression. Stress at work, working with difficult people, irritating people, awkward people who upset you a lot. That can really cause depression. Well, if that's the case, change jobs if you can, or look for another job. But if the stress is coming from family members, it's a bit more difficult. We're stuck with our families. Women are twice as likely to be depressed as men. Hormonal imbalances caused by the menstrual cycle or the menopause trigger the release of stress hormones. In people who are depressed, there is what's called an overactive HPA axis. H stands for hypothalamus, P for pituitary, and A for adrenal gland. So a depressed individual with an overactive HPA axis, any minor stress, just a little thing, such as a new task at work, your boss may ask you to do something you've never done before, or you may have a minor conflict with a family member. That's enough to trigger a chain reaction in this HPA axis. Now, for further study, if you're interested, I'm going to give you some more information about the hormones in this axis. The hypothalamus produces CRF hormone. I've got the name written down here, but I'm not going to attempt to say it. It's a long, long word. CRF. Look it up online. That's what the hypothalamus produces. Now, the target organ is the pituitary gland. So the pituitary produces ACTH hormone. And then the target organ of that one is, of course, the adrenal glands, which produce cortisol, which stop you from sleeping. That hormone is really terrible. You just can't sleep with lots of cortisol in your blood. So people feel exhausted, but they can't drop off to sleep. And that's the vicious circle of an overactive HPA axis. There are well-documented links between depression and disease. The heart, as with anger, those people with depression are 4 times as likely to have a heart attack. That's a worrying kind of statistic. 4 times. So depression is to be avoided for your heart's sake. Secondly, osteoporosis, a thinning of the bones and a lower bone density. That also, if you have a lower bone density, especially for women, then they get osteoporosis. So depression causes that thinning down of the bone density and causes the bones to break more easily. Osteoporosis. Very common in women who are depressed. Thirdly, cancer. Depression is associated with a poor repair rate of the DNA, which is damaged by carcinogens. DNA, when it's damaged, needs to be flushed out of the body, and this is done by a process called apoptosis. Again, you can look this up online. I'll spell it for you. APOPTOSIS. This is a flushing out of damaged cells, and depression hinders this removal from the body, so the cancer cells take root. And fourthly, suicide. In younger population ranges, like in America in the 14 to 24 range, suicide is the 3rd most important killer in that low range of the population, that low age range. It's amazing, really. 14 to 24-year-olds killing themselves because of depression. That's in the States. Now, what other countries are like, I've not got the statistics. And women, as I say, are far more vulnerable than men. Women are twice as susceptible to depression as men. So what's the answer to all this? What's the way out of depression? How can we escape and how can we beat it? Well, I'm going to focus on that next month, so make sure you join me then. Till then, God bless you and thanks for listening.